Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're looking at A Radical Act of Free Magic by H.G. Parry. A Radical Act of Free Magic is the second book in the Shadow Histories Duology, following A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians, which we explored earlier this year in the stirred cocktail, Lord Pitt's Elixir. And I was so delighted to revisit Parry's modified late 18th and early 19th century, replete with shadow magic and dragons and, as we'll see in just a moment, a Kraken. And I really had a wonderful time with the way that characters who were on the sidelines in Book 1 really came to the fore here in Book 2. None more so than the Haitian revolutionary Fina, who is the major inspiration for today's cocktail, just as Lord Pitt was the inspiration for our cocktail earlier this year. Fina is one of the leaders in the slave revolution in Haiti, and over the course of the novel becomes more involved with the main plot in Europe, bringing the two worlds of the duology together in a really effective way. And I wanted this week's drink to pay homage not only to the impact that she had on the story, but also to the same sorts of ideas that are associated with her power, with the way that she sort of moves through the world. And there's this wonderful scene in the heart of the book, and at about 2 months, I'd say, after the book is released. I don't feel too bad calling this a minor spoiler, but the Battle of Trafalgar, historical event, does feature in the novel. And so we have today's drink that is inspired not only by Fina, but also by her role in this fictionalized version of the Battle of Trafalgar. Through the Eyes of the Kraken is the name of our drink. A nice long name that's sort of suitable, I think, to the tropical style of cocktail that we're getting into here. Another one of these plays on the tiki tropical tradition, where you have really complex sorts of flavors and sugarcane-based spirits as a sort of prominent part of your cocktail. And so we're going to start with our base spirit. This is Bokeman rum. It's a Haitian rum. It's botanical. It's a little bit hot, so slightly higher alcohol content than some of the other rums that you might find out there, but a really interesting sort of spirit, and owned and operated by Haitians there. So a good way, I think, to pay tribute to the community that Parry was drawing on, and the spirit of revolution in both the duology and in real-world history. And we're going to get 1.5 ounces of that in there. You can see it's a nice sort of amber color. It is slightly botanical, as I said, and that's going to give some of those notes. And then to balance that out, because it is a little bit hot, as I said, we're going to want to get some of our sweeteners in there. Things that are going to soften, things that are going to add more flavor, things that are going to balance that out. And what we've got first is a little bit citrusy, a little bit sweet. It's a lime cordial. So lime oils and lime juice and some sugar. I've got a bit of rum in there as a preservative as well, so it's going to pair really well with these sort of sugarcane-based spirits that we've got in the Bokeman rum. And we've got 3/4 ounce of that in there. A real nice sort of earthy balance of the lime flavor. And then we'll wait on that until the very end. Then we've got some white creme de cacao. So white chocolate, as you can see, I shook it up because there are some of those cocoa solids in there. This is going to add not only a bit of sweetness and that sort of chocolatey flavor, but also some texture as well, especially because of those cocoa solids. We're going to get half an ounce of that in there. Now, if you're not a fan of the cocoa solids, or if you're buying something commercially, you can either double strain it, or you won't have to worry about it so much when you're buying something in your liquor store. But I do like that extra bit of creaminess that you get from the cocoa solids. It's a favorite ingredient of mine, and one that we'll definitely be seeing more of as we move through the rest of the year. And then finally, we're going to get just a 1/4 ounce of the blue Curacao. I don't know, I think it's something in the air this summer and fall, but I'm liking books with Kraken in them, and I am liking to sort of get that sea green thing going on with the blue Curacao. That's again going to add another balancing element. It's going to counteract some of the sweetness from the creme de cacao and the lime cordial, while still preserving that citrusy quality. And so now we've got all of our ingredients in there, but because, except for the lime cordial, they're all alcoholic, it is going to be pretty hot, and we do want to cool that down. So we're going to add our ice and get this going to dilute it. Don't know why I'm just picking the ice up and putting it in the scoop, but that's all right. And we do want to get a good amount of ice in there because, as I said, this is pretty hot. There we go. And then you're going to give that a good stir. This one you'll probably want to stir a little bit longer than some of your other stirred cocktails, but this is really just going to blend and marry all of those flavors. You get this sort of sea green quality to it, as if you were looking through the eyes of a Kraken in the depths of the sea in the middle of the Atlantic. A good, nice stir on that. Ready to be a battle mage alongside Lord Nelson. Excellent. We've gotten some nice dilution for that, and then we'll get our julep strainer, as we always do with our stirred cocktails, and get that on the lip. Then finally, we'll strain. We are going to catch some of those cocoa solids with the strainer, but not all of them. And there you go. Right to the brim. All right. And so there you have it. Through the Eyes of the Kraken, a stirred cocktail in honor of A Radical Act of Free Magic by H.G. Parry. A Radical Act of Free Magic is available now, as is Book 1, A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians. Try the drink, let me know what you think. Check out the printed version of the recipe on Twitter and Instagram, and please remember to like and subscribe. So until next time, cheers.